Alright, YouTube, it is Mr. Mean coming at you this Monday afternoon about 8 p.m. I just wanted to whip out a quick video. We normally on Fridays play Pathfinder 2nd Edition, but 2 of my players are going to be out. But I'll have 3 players that want to play, and we haven't gotten together in like over a month. Just vacations, schedules, that kind of stuff, me starting a new job. So I was going to run Mutant Chronicles because we've played that all in the past and we all like it. And then on my Discord channel, we started talking about Warhammer Dark Heresy, and that there was a 2nd edition and stuff like that. And it made me break out my books, and I started looking at them, and I thought, oh my god, it's so cool. And then I started looking at other stuff, and of course I came across this, this is hard to get. This is 1988 Games Workshop, printed in the UK. This one is actually in really great shape. I had the Slaves to it's Realm of Chaos and Enslaves to Darkness, I believe, was the second book, but unfortunately it got ruined, or it's stolen in a move. I think it got stolen in a move, to be honest. Yeah, Realm of The Lost and the Damned, and yeah, so this one has, I believe, Khorne and Tzeentch in it. And then, I wish I had the Nurgle one because I really love Nurgle. But I'm happy to have this in my collection and in such pristine condition. It's in really good shape. And I think I found it in a bargain bin somewhere in like a used bookstore, if I remember correctly. And I picked it up, and I couldn't believe that it was so cheap. Because, I mean, this book goes for a couple of bucks on eBay. They're few and far between. Like I said, I had the other one. It got munched by rats or something. It was in storage. And then I think I moved, and one of the movers lost one of them. I think they stole it. They were a bunch of crackheads anyway. But anyway, long story short, I don't have the second book. And it's the one that's even harder to get than this one. So I've seen it go for as much as like $300, $400, $500 on eBay. So anyway, obviously this is going to be making a debut because, to be honest, the rules for the Warhammer RPG line have not changed that much from edition to edition. There are some nuances and stuff, but it's still a percentage-based system. There's still weapon skill, ballistic skill, all that fun stuff. So this may see some use. I'm hoping anyway. And then, of course, I gotta find someplace to put that. I've got all my books on PDF, or the ones that I have that I bought on PDF when Fantasy Flight uploaded everything to Drive Through RPG, and I use on my iPad here. I use a very cool program called, I don't even know what it's called. Bookshelf. It's called Bookshelf, and it's available in the Android store. And what it does is, I don't know how well you can see that. Oh, you can see it pretty good. It creates all these different tabs, and it looks like books on a bookshelf. And oops, I don't want to be in edit mode. And then what you do is you can go in. So like in this case, I'll go to my Dark Heresy books, and there it lists all of my Dark Heresy books that I have. So I have the core rule book. I have the 2 supplements. Let me make them big so I can see them. It won't let me make it any bigger. Threats Within and Threats Without, I believe. But anyway, so on my iPad, super awesome to have that. I'm going to probably use it when I GM. But I do own the physical book. This is the 2nd edition, which I think is the better of the 2. Between 1st edition and 2nd edition. And you can see it's got Fantasy Flight's logo and Games Workshop down there. And this book is beautifully produced. I mean, this is, it's just really well done. The art in here is fantastic. The layout is really good. It's like this real parchment feel of paper, and there's some of the art right there you can see, in the paper. And so I thought, wow, Mutant Chronicles is pretty dark, but Warhammer is darker. And this is a game where new players are literally, you're new players. You don't have a lot of cool powers. You don't have access to a lot of cool weapons. You may get lucky and get a couple of things, but yeah, you're and you start off as the retinue of a Inquisitor. and you're seeking out heresy. That's what you're doing for the Emperor. And so it's a really cool way to get new players into the 40K universe. I'm a huge Necromunda fan, and I'm a huge Warcry fan. So I have a bunch of Warcry Nurgle miniatures that will probably get to see some use for this campaign, I hope. It's going to start as a one-shot, and then I think what we might do is I'm pretty sure everybody's going to really dig it. So I'm going to plan it out as a short campaign, maybe a couple of episodes. And the good thing about that is it'll get the juices flowing again for Pathfinder. Because it's something different. Pathfinder is very high fantasy. This is very high techno, gadgets and gear and everything. So it's kind of a divergence. And it'll, not that I'm getting burnt out on Pathfinder, but the fact that we haven't been able to play consistently and we keep missing weekends and stuff because of schedules and summer. Then unfortunately we live here in Duluth in the Great White North. Winter's going to be here before we know it, and then we'll have to call gaming sessions because of the weather. So it's just one of those things that it's you're damned if you do, you're damned if you don't. And my house is 1904. It was built. I do not have central air, and then you put 6 big guys in here, all throwing off a bunch of heat. It's going to get hot up in this apartment or this house. So yeah, I have a central floor unit, AC unit, but it's not going to keep everything cool. But we'll do the best we can, and my players are awesome. So we're gonna give this a try. Like I said, the Inquisitor Dark Heresy 2nd edition. I've got my PDFs. I got my PDFs, which I'll have at the table with me, and my book, and I have the GM screen little booklet. This has got the second part of the adventure. The first part of the adventure is in the core rule book. I don't think I'm going to run that adventure, but I might run a version of it just because I know some of my players may have. I think Darren probably has access to the book on PDF. He's a big PDF guy. And then I have Forgotten Gods, which is the third part of this adventure, and this is a whole source book. And it's really well done, really well laid out. So I'm looking forward to getting those. And then of course I have the GM screen, which I don't know what I did with it. Shh, Daddy's talking. I got a little monster in here coming to interrupt my videos. He's trying to get himself on the camera. So there you go, buddy. So those that don't know, this is NJ, my 4-year-old son, who's a ham. Daddy's talking. So anyway, go see mommy. Go play. Go play. Sorry about that. He's a ham. He likes to get in the videos. As you can tell, I got some sun this weekend. We went to Wisconsin Point, which is a very nice beach, and we laid out in the sun. And as you can see, even the top of my forehead is red. So yeah, as a Native American, I turn nice and red, and then I turn kind of a golden red, a reddish brown. So my wife hates me because I tan so easy. So yeah, that's really about it, guys. I wanted to just do out a quick video. I didn't have a whole lot to go over. I did get a couple of new subscribers. Let's check. So just a quick video to tell you guys what I'm up to. Not really a anything special or anything like that, but just a heads up. And I'm still out there. Good response to the Steve Grand video and to the Goblin Scribe video for Brad. So lots of fun doing that. Let's see here. Let's get to old YouTube and see. Classic DM replied he's I don't know if he's a new subscriber, but new subscriber Glorm, cool name. Let's see if we have any other new subscriber. New subscriber Zombie Mouse, awesome name. Let's see. So big shout out to those two. The Dave, what a great name. The Dave. Let's see. I know we got a whole bunch of new subscribers, but for some reason YouTube is not showing it. Plus, I wanted to get a video out because if you don't keep posting, your algorithm on YouTube gets foobarred and it just goes bad. So I wanted to. Man, I don't see any new subscribers. I got tons of comments. You guys have been killing the comments, which is awesome. Let's see. Well, let's see what we're up to. Oh my gosh, 915 subscribers. I think last week we were at 904. So yeah, thank you guys. It's awesome. Keep sharing the love. I lost one of my Patreon members. I guess, it's $5 a month. So just to give everybody a heads up, that helps support the channel, which means a lot. I also do a drawing every so often when the mood strikes me of my Patreon members, and you get a free game, something in my collection that either I'm never going to play, or maybe the publisher or whatever sent me multiple copies. This week it's going to be Fallout with the dice. I thought it was the 2D20 version. It is not. It uses its own proprietary dice. There's nothing wrong with this game system. It's a brand new book. I bought this with my own hard-earned money, but I'm going to do a drawing of my subscribers probably at the end of July, and then I'll notify the lucky winner. So if you'd like to get a free game, it costs you $5 a month. Just subscribe, like the channel, help push it, tell your friends. If you're interested in the Patreon, it does get you a special color designator on my Discord channel so that everyone knows you are a Patreon member. And what that also gets you is first dibs on when I run online games. I try to run at least one a month. Doesn't always work out that way, but I try to run. I'm a full-time worker, full-time dad. So this is my leisure. This is my fun time. Everything helps. So you can use my drive-through RPG affiliate link that puts a couple pennies in my dollar, puts a couple pennies in my dollar. It helps support the channel immensely. You don't even know how much. And a big shout out to Kid Chaos. He uses my affiliate link quite a bit, and I thank him so much. He's actually turned me on to a couple of different games that I would have never known about. That's the great thing about drive-through. If you don't use drive-through RPG very much, go check it out, because you can browse through there and you'll find games that you never even heard of. I didn't even know Cubicle 7 was doing Soulbound, which is a Warhammer Fantasy respin of the new Warhammer world. So that you still have Warhammer Fantasy, which is its own, percentile-based system. But then you have Soulbound, which is in the new Warhammer Fantasy universe. I'm not sure if it's the cup of tea for me. I did pick up the Players box set as a PDF for a couple of bucks, and I'm going to peruse that and see if it's something that I want to wish. My local game store does have a hard copy of it, so I'm kind of intrigued. It's a D6-based system, and you've got to be a really good system for me to buy it as a D6. I know I'm critical of D6s. I'm just not a huge fan of the D6, but I seem to have a lot of D6-based games. But anyway, I digress. At the end of the month, one of my lucky Patreon members will win this, and I will reach out to them. And sometimes they decline; they don't want it, and so I re-roll, and then it'll go to the next person who wants it. A couple of my Patreons are out of the country, so while they appreciate a physical book, the shipping costs are just prohibitive. So that is a thing to take into consideration too. But I bought it. I didn't even want to review it. Not that I don't like it. It's just it uses its own proprietary dice, and it just didn't spark me. I'm waiting for the 2D20 version. And when that comes out, I'll pick that up, and there'll be a full review of that coming. I did flip through this. It's very well done. If you play the miniatures game, this has rules in it to convert your miniature to the RPG, and so on and so forth. So there's a lot of cool stuff in here, but it's just not for me. So I'm going to raffle it off to my Patreons, and hopefully somebody will win it and enjoy it and give it a new home. What else is going on with the channel? So I guess this has turned into more of not what I'm running, but just a general update. And I think that's what I'll call it. I'll call it a Dark Heresy / update. New job is going great. Third week on the job. Of course, my old job, Cognizant, screwed me and didn't. They took like 3/4 of my paycheck that they were supposed to give me. It's a total goof. I don't understand why they would take $1,800 of my pay for medical expenses. So I, of course, shot them an email first thing Friday morning, and of course got no response whatsoever. My new company, I emailed them and got a response back within a couple of hours. So it's amazing. And that's the difference of a professional company as far as I'm concerned. I have nothing good to say about Cognizant. It's a shame that they did me like that. And, everybody will throw out excuses. There's no excuse. You're dicking with somebody's pay. People need their money. I'm not proud to say I still live paycheck to paycheck. I have a little bit of money in the bank, but I live paycheck to paycheck, and I have a 4-year-old, and I have rent to pay, and I have a car note, and I have 2 car notes. I have insurance. I have food to put on the table, just like everybody else. And for them to be so shitty like that is just horrible. Out. So I don't know why they would do that, and they didn't even design to answer my email. So hopefully I'll hear something tomorrow, and we'll get some answers on why they decided to take 3/4 of my paycheck. Luckily I had a little bit of money in savings and was able to get through this nice long weekend, without worrying about stuff. So, and part of that is thanks to my Patreons and the people that use my affiliate link. It all helps out. So thank you guys very much. What else is going on? Oh, I did pick these up on my last trip to the game store down in the cities, the Source. So I got the flat mat Darklands Peril expansion set. These are flip mats, so what's nice is it's a 6x6 square, and you flip it over, and there's stuff on the other side. So my son is crying, so go play with your toys, please. And then there's the Dungeon Perils expansion set. So these are really nice. They're good for any game, not just Pathfinder. So if you have access to these, I highly recommend you pick them up. They're really great. And what I do is I put a piece of felt, some green felt, on my table, and then I lay these on top, and they don't slide around. And then, of course, wet and dry erase. You can mark on these. So haven't even cracked these open yet. I'm very excited to get to use them. So other than that, guys, not much going on. I'm going to go take care of my little guy. He's feeling neglected, so I'm going to go spend some time with him. Looking forward to the Dark Heresy. I'll post an update after Friday night's game, maybe Saturday morning. Wish me luck. I think it's going to be a lot of fun. I hope the players will enjoy it as much as I'm going to enjoy running it. Other than that, peace, love, and happiness. And as always, Mr. Mean says, be nice. Take care, everybody.